Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Golden Agers UK resident robbed in St. James home invasion. 2 Golden Agers and a visiting UK resident were among 4 people robbed when thieves broke into their residence in St. James Sunday morning. At least 5 robbers made off with cash and several other items during the early morning break-in, police stated. The stolen properties included bank cards, mobile phones, US $600, Jamaica $5,000, a laptop, a cordless drill, and television and jewelry. Reporters understand that around 5:10 a.m., the 4 people were at the house when 5 men and a woman, all wearing masks and gloves, went there. One of the men was armed with a gun, another with a knife, and the other robbers had sticks. The thieves reportedly broke the glass to the front door and opened the lock. They entered the house, held up, and robbed the residence before escaping in what was believed to be 2 motor cars. The police were summoned and the residents processed. Businessman shot, 4-year-old injured during attempted robbery in St. Mary. A licensed firearm holder was shot and injured after he challenged a gunman who physically assaulted a 4-year-old girl during an attempted robbery. The high drama reportedly occurred at a shopping venture outlet in Broadgate, St. Mary Sunday morning. The 32-year-old licensed firearm holder, who is reportedly a businessman, has since been hospitalized while the child was treated and released, police stated. Reports reaching reporters indicated that around 10:10 a.m., the 4-year-old and her cousin were at the outlet purchasing phone cards when the businessman turned up to do a transaction. 2 men, one armed with a handgun, police stated, rode up on a motorcycle, entered the outlet and pushed on the child, causing her to fall and hit her head, resulting in a wound. The licensed firearm holder saw what was happening and pulled his weapon. The gunman fired shots, hitting him in the abdomen. The businessman returned the fire, and the men fled on the motorcycle. The licensed firearm holder was taken to hospital, where he was treated and admitted. The child's parents took her to the Bustamante Hospital for Children, where she was treated and released. The police have since launched a manhunt for the wannabe robbers. Elaine Thompson-Herah to be coached by Ronaldo Walcott. 5-time Olympic gold medalist Elaine Thompson-Herah will be coached by Ronaldo Walcott of Elite Performance Track Club following her separation from the coach Nico Osborne earlier this month. The announcement was made by Thompson-Herah's management team and the sports management on Monday. Walcott is also the coach of Jamaican sprint queen Chilean Fraser Price, hurdler Rashid Broadwell, and Rachel Clayton, among others. It is reported that a breakdown in negotiations between Thompson-Herah team and Osborne was the reason for the split. It is said that Osborne had requested an extremely excessive remuneration package to continue as coach for Thompson-Herah. This request was not met and Osborne's contract was terminated. Man killed, woman injured in Clarendon gun attack. Police are searching for the stranded lover of a woman after she and a male friend were attacked and shot at the intersection of the Sandy Bay and Rose Hall main roads in Clarendon Sunday night. The male friend, identified only as Hannah Jackson, has since succumbed to his injuries and the woman hospitalized. This was stated by the police. Reports reaching reporters indicated that around 8:10 p.m., the woman and the man drove up to an affordment intersection and stopped to purchase chicken. They alighted from the vehicle to make an order, and a white Toyota Axio stopped behind their car. A man exited the Axio, the police stated, and fired several shots, hitting the two. They ran back to their vehicle for safety. The gunman re-entered the Axio and sped off. Jackson, who received gunshot wounds to the upper body, was pronounced dead at hospital, while the woman, who was shot in her upper body, was admitted in serious but stable condition. Cabinet to discuss additional assistance following severe weather. Cabinet will discuss additional allocations that are to be made to assist with recovery efforts in the aftermath of the recent heavy rains. Heavy showers lashed the island for several days last week. St. Andrew, St. Thomas, St. Catherine, and Portland suffered the brunt of the damage. Prime Minister Anjo Holness said the government is considering how it can assist by providing grants for residents whose homes were affected.
The general complaints that I have received, however, is for assistance with building grants. Whenever we have these heavy rains, given the housing infrastructure that we have, much of which is significantly deteriorated, people have reported heavy leaks and damage to their roofing. So we are considering how we can assist in this regard, but people should bear in mind that the government couldn't give everyone that has a leaking roof a grant, but certainly we will be sending out through the various entities that have that responsibility to get an assessment as to people who are in dire need and how we can assist. I conducted a tour of affected parishes, being St. Andrew and St. Thomas. We did both tour by air and by road. For St. Andrew, we looked at damage in East Rural St. Andrew, which was quite extensive, especially in the Guava Ridge area. In West Rural St. Andrew, the damage is mostly from landslides, and that has to do with the soil type. And historically, we have chosen to cut roads in these hillsides where the land is unstable, and it is going to happen naturally as we have heavy showers of rain, and particularly when we would have had an experienced earthquakes that would have caused the soil and rocks to shift. We also toured the Western St. Thomas constituency. That was by ear, and it gave me a very good opportunity to have a better understanding of the challenges faced. St. Thomas, though it has significant hilly features, it also has a significant plain cutting across both constituencies with many rivers. And the main challenge would be the rivers are not controlled. So there needs to be greater investment in river training. So the rivers are overflowing the banks as you would know them for 10 or 15 years, and they're changing their course and destroying agricultural land and threatening houses.
Transport Authority ordered to pay $1.5 million for failing to return vehicle documents to bus owner. The Transport Authority of Jamaica has been ordered by the Supreme Court to pay $1.5 million for breaching the constitutional rights of a motor vehicle owner who to date has not received the documents for her vehicle, which was seized in January 2015. Justice Wong Small made the award on November 3rd when she was handed down the judgment in favor of Claudette Ellis. Ellis filed a claim in January 2016 seeking damages against the authority. She contended that members of the Transport Authority unlawfully, maliciously and without reasonable and/or probable cause seized the documents. Despite numerous requests, she said the documents have not been returned and she was unable to operate her motor vehicle to earn an income. In its defense, the authority stated that it had no knowledge or record of any document or record of the seized documents. The agency also denied admitting that any member of its staff said that the documents were misplaced. The claimant driver had reported that he was stopped on Spanish Town Road in Kingston by a transport inspector and was informed that the conductor was not properly dressed. The documents for the vehicle were requested and he handed them over. He left the conductor at the scene and went to drop off the passengers in the bus. He later saw the conductor at the bus park and was informed that he should collect the documents from one of the inspectors. The driver said when he returned to the scene, the inspectors had left. He said the next day he saw a member of the team who told him the documents were handed in at the office, and he informed Ellis. In the circumstance of this case, I find that the claimant is entitled to an award of compensation, vindicating her infringed constitutional rights, Justice Wong stated. The defendant was represented by attorney at law Kimberly Reynolds McDermott.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.